Everyone, I'm here with a spread that you can try for yourself and also the featured reading on my Etsy shop for the month of November. So what this is it is the Fallen Angel shadow reading. I think that this time of year is really great for shadow work because, well, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is fall. It is dark. It's getting dark early, and it's just a good time for introspection and reflection. We're moving from fall into winter, so it's just that time of year when you want to get cozy, when you start doing some more reflection, internal work. We're looking at the past year, looking over things, maybe starting to make plans for the new year. So it lends itself really well to doing shadow work. Now, when people say shadow work, people are like, what is shadow work? It's like a really fancy term for inner reflection. That's really all it means. It means taking stock of things, looking at the parts of yourself that maybe you aren't so happy with, looking at your faults, taking up responsibility and accountability for them. The shadow also is parts of ourselves that may not necessarily be bad, but also just parts we're either like ashamed of or haven't fully integrated. So it's good to do some reflection to think to ourselves, like, how can I integrate this? What do I need to accept about myself? What am I projecting onto others that maybe I need to reflect and look at in my own life? So it's really about self-evaluation and self-reflection. So this particular reading can help you when you've got a particular problem or issue, or maybe there's a bad habit you're looking at. And it really tries to get to the root of things. So it talks about the problem itself, and then it also talks about what's behind it and what's triggering it and what you can do about it. So try this for yourself. You don't have to use this deck, but I do encourage you to use a deck that has more of a shadowy kind of side to it, not something that's totally like fluffy love and light, something that's got a bit of an edge to it because you want the truth. And what I really like about this deck is it really gives you the truth. It's very straightforward, but it also does it in a way that is very loving as well. And it really points things out to you, which is why I use this particular deck. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you the reading. And like I said, try it yourself, modify it as you need to, use whatever deck that you like. And as well, if you want, obviously, if you want a reading from me, it's going to be at a low price for the month of November, and then December it'll go back up in price. So you can check it out there. But yeah, let's turn the camera around and take a look at that reading. Hey everyone, this is the spread for the Fallen Angel shadow reading that I'll be offering in my shop if you would like a reading to get a reading from me. But you can also, like I said, do this at home with your own cards. The positions are in the middle here. We have the issue at hand. So this is the main issue that's affecting you. This is the thing that is being brought up, the thing that is being triggered at this time. So this is the main issue that's going on. Now, the card below shows you the root of the issue, where it's coming from. Nothing appears on its own. It usually has some basis in the past. So this is showing you the underlying root of things. Now, the card on top, this is showing you what you can do to help things. This is showing you here, like, how it's being triggered, because sometimes what happens is there's a root cause and then it's being triggered by things that are going on in our environment as well. And then that causes the major issue here. So this shows you the root, what's triggering it, and then the issue itself. And then on either side, you have assistance. So this is outside assistance, things that are happening around you, resources that you have. And over here, we have what you can do about this. So what your next steps are. And I always look at the card underneath just for some additional information. So giving you a quickie example here, we have here in the middle, Alik'r, and it says vigilance. So when I look at this for myself, I think about like how right now I'm feeling with everything that's going on in the world. And again, this is end of October, beginning of November of 2020, very hyper-vigilant. Like I'm having to be extremely hyper-vigilant about being safe. I have, there are people I'm caring for that are immune compromised, and so I have to be super careful about everything, hyper vigilant about things, and so it's really bringing out a lot of anxiety and stress in my life, as I'm sure it is in a lot of people. So that's telling me this is what the main issue is. Now at the root of this we have Genti and we have renewal, and so it's saying that there's at the root of this is this wanting, to keep people safe, but also hope for a better future. Actually, it's saying that this is, I'm trying to keep people safe and I'm trying to be safe because I want things to be better. I want things to be better in the long run. I want there to be a renewal. I want there to be hope in the future. And so it's telling me that the root of this, even though it's causing stress and hypervigilance, is actually like a good thing. It's saying that, you know what, you're doing this because you want to keep people safe until you can get to the other side. So that's a really positive thing. So the root isn't always, you know, something that is, you know, tragic or something that is traumatic. The root can actually be in something that's good. And then over here it's saying what's triggered this. We has Asmodee, which is upheaval. And I mean, certainly I think we've all experienced a great deal of upheaval this year. It's saying that, you know, this hypervigilance has really been triggered by all the upheaval that's going on in the world. You know, there's so much going on with everything with COVID. There's like political tensions throughout the world. There's like increased polarization when you look at things on social media. So there's a lot of just upheaval and craziness going on. And then in, you know, our own lives as well, you know, a lot of us have had upheaval going on with, you know, maybe we've had our jobs cut back, or maybe, you know, people around us have been sick, or, you know, there's just been like a lot of stress and things going on. So no wonder it's triggered hypervigilance. So what can we do? The first thing is it's saying that on the outside, we have Bodhis here, which is about justice. So it's saying to have faith. It's saying that there is going to be some justice that comes from this. There is going to be some fair outcomes. This could also say there may be some legal help available, or help within a system that's around me or around us. So it is saying there is help available. There are things available you can do, and also to have hope that justice, that fairness will prevail. So that's, again, a positive thing. And then for what I can do, I have here Barbatos, which is the spirit of nature. So this reminds me that going for a walk, getting outside, being in nature is really important. Connecting with animal and plants, connecting with the cycles of nature, gives us a sense of at least peace when we are going through a time of upheaval and stress. That having that sense of peacefulness and honoring the cycles of nature can be so important to maintaining balance in our own lives. And again, with, you know, having faith in, you know, humans and human systems to a certain degree, but also in nature and the cyclical nature of things. And then the card underneath, we have Abdusius, who's one of my favorites. He is a unicorn. He is connected with music and nature, and his keyword here is harmony. So this tells me as well that part of my device is listening to music, being around nature, enjoying things, finding enjoyment even in times of stress. So that's a really quickie reading, but gives you an idea of how you can do this. And again, you don't need to have fallen angel cards. Any deck that has like a good sort of shadow type or darker aspect to it can really help you with this. And it can really give you some concrete things to look at when you're doing some shadow work, when you're doing some inner reflection, some self-work, and can see where things are coming from and what you can do about them. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you try out this reading for yourself. Let me know if you do, what you think about it. And check it out on my Etsy shop if you want. As always, thank you so much to all of you for watching and commenting. Thank you as well to all my patrons. Of course, you guys are amazing. And as always, peace and love. And